of relationships. So types of relationships across page 36 and 37. And we're just going to start on the left-hand side now that you've read that part. In one type of relationship, there's actually 3 of these specific types of relationship, is called symbiosis. And so when we're talking about symbiosis, I'll zoom in for you a little bit. Symbiosis, it's Symbiosis. And so when we're talking about symbiosis, you might see some words in there that look kind of familiar, hopefully. The word bio, or prefix, suffix, we know that that word means life or living. However, sim means together. So literally, symbiosis means life together or living together. And that is the relationship between 2 organisms where at least one organism benefits. And so benefits means good. And so there's actually 3 different types. And so if we're talking about these 3 different types, we're just going to keep going. And so one type is called parasitism. And you might see a word in there that looks kind of familiar. That's parasite. And with parasitism, that's where relationship where one organism benefits, that's kind of like a plus, and the other is harmed. So that would be like a minus. So an example might be a flea and a cat. So we know the flea would end up getting blood, food, so that would be a plus, and the cat would end up losing blood, so that would be a minus. So there's parasitism. And then our next one is commensalism. And the way I do it is I write a C and then it's a big O, MENSALISM. So commensalism, that's relationship where one organism benefits, that's a plus, and the other has no effect or impact. So that would be like a 0, because if you add 0 to anything, it doesn't matter. So for example, we could say bird building nest in tree. Well, we've got our 2 organisms. The bird gets to build a nest, so that's good for it. And the tree doesn't matter if the bird builds a nest in it, it's not going to help it or harm it. So that would be a 0, like a no change. Now we just have one more to go. And the last one has to do with mutualism, where they both end up benefiting. So if we're going into mutualism, it's MUTUALISM. And you might see the word mutual. Mutual means both. If you know anybody who's got Facebook, sometimes they'll talk about mutual friends. That means friends you have in common, both. And this is relationship where both organisms benefit. that would be a plus plus. So an example might be a bee pollinates a flower. So we've got a bee and we've got a flower. And the way I try to, so we've got a bee and a flower. Bee gets food, nectar, so that would be a plus. And the flower ends up getting pollinated, so it's able to reproduce. That would be a plus as well. I try to use that T in mutualism as the plus sign to kind of help me remember the different symbols. And we're going to do something on page 37 later, but you're going to need this for tomorrow.